bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hey there guys, welcome back to the Beyond the Ranch, where Canada is trying to send us smoke signals that I cannot understand at all. They are very vague smoke signals. I hope you all are doing well. I actually had to play around with the microphone some this last week, so if we need to tweak our microphone levels a little bit, we can do that. You guys can let us know how things work out for you. Lots of new stuff going on around the ranch as we head into our spring season. You guys obviously getting videos starting back up this week, this week. Depends on it depends on where you start your week at. But new videos now on the way 2 times per week, and then of course our live streams and any bonus stuff that we decide to throw in there. This is Erin. I'm Mike. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It has been since the end of the 30 and 30, not really like any downtime on the. I get a lot of emails and people are saying, "Oh, I hope you're enjoying your downtime and your relaxation time." And
well, I think you have more downtime though, because you don't have that pressure of making a video.
No, I don't, and I mean it does make a difference because you're not as wrapped up into coming up with content.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Erin's volume, guys? Just let us know if you can't hear us. The big question that I've seen coming up in the chat quite a bit as I've been sitting up here waiting was, has Ethel had her baby and has Bambi had her calf? The answer to both of those questions is no. Bambi's actually due on the 25th, and I've noticed this year that our due dates seem to be a little early. So when they're due to have a calf, we usually have them a few days later. At least that's what happened with number 8.
Well, if you go back and look at the due dates that the vet was giving us versus when we put the bowl in, it wasn't possible.
Lining up. Yeah. So you're right, it didn't line up. I remember that now.
I remember having that discussion. And
that was a long time ago.
That's what the vet told us, and I was like, no.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense, right? Because if we go in July 1st, that's an August 10th due date, and we had August 1st due dates for cows. Not
April.
April, yeah.
Wow, I was really off that.
April, and I was like, no, that's not gestation.
No. So, but we are obviously, there's calves in there. They're still waiting to come out. We are down to 4 calves that were waiting, or 4 cows that were waiting to calve still. We did have number 8 did have her calf, and that's actually tomorrow's video. Number 8 was the cow that we've been talking about for quite a while. That's a very aggressive mom after she has her calf, and we're going to see how she did this year. She has taken doors, not really off of gators, but she's twisted doors. She's sprung doors on gators. We've had all kinds of problems with her. So
I didn't think she'd sprung a door before.
She pushes them back. So when you're, especially with the old gator, because it had the suicide doors, she would hit them and then push them back. So it was always a lot of fun with her. So we do have a video about her coming up for tomorrow, as well as a little bonus in there that all has to do with ranch hand Jeff and a new ranch hand on the ranch hand Sam. So I thought it'd be fun to throw those guys together. But that's all the information I'm giving you. If Jeff wants to let anything else spoil, he'll have to do that here in the chat. Some pretty new names coming up in the chat as well. I saw Victor Vic, who's from Flathead County, Montana. I was actually born in Polson, so you and I have something in common. Ray looks like a new name here. We also have, you guys are going fast here, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if you are new here to the Beyond the Ranch live stream, thank you for coming and joining us, and be sure to throw your hand up, let us know you're new so that we can give you some thanks. Also, if anybody goes to the website tonight and orders during the live stream, at the end of the live stream, we're actually going to give each one of our orderees, order.
What if no one orders?
Well, nobody gets anything. But we'll give you a little shout out if you do happen to order during the live stream tonight. These usually run about an hour. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to throw them up. The guys with the blue wrenches, William Dunn, Matt Fensel, Jeff Lake, Lori Habel, and Bill the Tractor Man in there, as well as Zach Hewitt. Those guys are our moderators. Their job is to keep us all in line, but also, if you do have a question that we're not able to see, a lot of times they're keeping track of that stuff, and they're able to get those questions to us as well. That Gump fan, that's a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one before. So it's been 3 weeks since the 24-hour live stream. Mm-hmm. What have you been up to?
Just work. Yeah, it's hard to, I don't know. We had Airbnb people here last week, and they're like, she was like, there's so much that you do that doesn't make it on the channel. And she's like, Mike's definitely like the star of the channel. I was like, yeah, that's become the focus, is that side of it. And I was like, it's really hard to explain like what I do on a day-to-day basis. Because it's not like great content, first of all. Like updating the website's like not content.
I think one of the best analogies that was made about it was actually done by Manny Amato, who's here tonight and stayed in the Airbnb not long ago with his wife Patty. He said that Mike may be the front of the house, but Erin's definitely running the back of the house. You do a lot of the stuff that nobody ever sees.
Yeah. Well, and then I have this whole separate career too.
You do. You have this over here too. Yeah. But
whole career.
And that occasionally comes into Owl. But
not really.
Purposely, we kind of try to keep it separate, right?
Yeah, but like my nonprofit life doesn't really come back to Owl.
Oh, we talk about Edible Prairie Project.
Yeah, we do talk about it, but like we talk about like 0.5% of like what I do, like for my nonprofit.
Correct.
Right. Like it's hard to encompass like what I do.
We can.
No, it's nobody watches it. We've tried.
You'd be surprised how many emails I get from people wanting to see what you're doing.
I know, but it just needs to be a whole different channel, and I'm not doing it. Like I don't have time, and I don't like I occasionally make TikTok content, but like I don't have the longevity like you do. Like I am not great at sticking with it, and I think partly because like it is so, my life to some extent is so all over the place, because like I'm even supposed to like track I'm salary for Edible Prairie Project, and I'm supposed to like track my hours, and it's like it's really hard for me to do it, because it's like, well, I do an hour of Owl stuff, and then I do some EPP stuff, but then I go back and I do some Owl stuff, but like, oh, let me answer this email real quick, and like I just can't do it. So I could, but it's real difficult, and I wear multiple hats throughout the day often, especially like this time of the year, because like my programs are running for my nonprofit right now. So, well, one of my programs is running, the other's getting ready to start. So.
Right. And we made videos during the 30 and 30 about the protein that was going into the Edible Prairie Project. Those were the cows that we took over to, did Jeff deliver those to Sturgis, or did we take them over? I can't remember now.
We went to Douglas.
I think Jeff took them to Sturgis.
I don't know.
But either way, for the first time ever, Edible Prairie Project has protein.
Well, we've always had protein. We have protein every week. We used to have protein just like once a month.
Oh, okay.
But now we have protein every week for our low-income families.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. That's something that you couldn't do if you didn't have the support that you have.
Yeah, I got a grant. I mean, that's the great thing about a nonprofit is like once, we've been around since 2019, and like, we're just working to make local food, a solution to local hunger. Our flagship program is our veggie baskets that we hand out every week. And there's a retail option people can purchase. Tuesday will be week 4 of our spring basket season, and then we have a gap until July. But because we got a grant from the Hughes Foundation last winter, we are able to offer local protein every week to our SNAP and WIC baskets, which are the federal food assistance programs. And if you're on SNAP and WIC, you don't pay for our basket. It's completely free. So it's funded by multiple different grants.
Right.
So I'm super proud that we were able to do this, and it's really making a difference for our families. And we're one thing we had to work out, and like, I don't know, this isn't super interesting, but
it is interesting. It's very interesting.
We had to for the first time ever, so like veggie baskets are not based on family size. Like it's something at some point I'd like to do, but it's always just been like everybody's veggie basket is the same. But then when we were doing protein, I was like, well, 2 animals is a lot. It's a lot of protein. It's a lot of ground beef. And then I have, some families that are just small. And, like I have a single older lady. I have a mom with like 2 little kids. And then I have a family that has 9 people in it. So I was like, wow.
So you give them 1 pound of hamburger and it's like, here, have fun with that.
It's like, I've got to figure something out here. So
you're going to have to like gladiator it for the 1 hamburger, 4 hamburgers.
Yeah, like that wouldn't even feed the family of 9 for 1 meal, right. 1 pound of hamburger.
What if they like fought it out in the kitchen?
It would be pretty slim, and that's not the point of it. The point is to provide like an actual like usable amount of protein, right? And so the first time ever we have like a small, medium, a large based upon family size. And so it kind of took us a minute to wrap our brains around that and how to do that. And so small families are getting 2 pounds of protein a week on average. Medium families are getting 4, and large families are getting 6. So when we do ground beef, we're handing out 50 pounds of meat on average every single week.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think it's exciting.
It is exciting. It's very exciting. It's something that I think if you would have went back 10 years when we were doing farmers markets, and if somebody would have told you, hey, you're going to be feeding 50 pounds of hamburger per week to multiple families in our community who can't afford it.
We did. I mean, it's not our beef. We purchased from another rancher. But yeah, I mean, it's local protein, and and it comes with all the health benefits and supporting the local economy because we purchased it from the other rancher, and so it does all the good feel good things that local food does. Yeah, I'm super proud of it. I think it's a great program. We're getting some good recognition from it, which will lead to continued funding, and yeah. I don't know.
So now, if I ask you what you've been doing since we finished our last live stream, the 24-hour live stream, and you got to work, and you're planting gardens and you're feeding people, and you're doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I am.
And there's not a day that goes by that you're not busy.
No. Yeah, I mean you're always busy this time of the year too. It's not like neither one of us are not doing anything. We do give eggs. So we usually, spring basket, they'd get eggs twice in the 4 weeks. And then in summer, they'd get eggs once a month. They're going to get eggs every other week now, too.
Yeah,
so
we have lots of eggs.
I'm not purchasing from us.
Oh, well, you could. We have lots of eggs.
We do.
We have eggs coming out the wazoo.
Yeah, but, which
is weird because they do come out the wazoo.
We have always purchased from us, and like EPP is a separate organization. It is not underneath the umbrella of OWL because it is a 501c3. So we're a legit nonprofit that you can donate to, and if you donate enough, you get a legitimate tax letter at the end of the year. Sometimes people will send us like checks and stuff to OWL, and I have to sign them over to EPP. It's fine. I'll still take your money and your donation and appreciate it. Thank you very much. But they are separate organizations. But we used to purchase from us, and we still do. There's still like a few things like herbs and stuff, like they're part of our permanent like perennial bed and stuff, and like they're not EPPs because we're co-sharing land for produce and stuff. But there's some stuff that like we used to purchase from us because it was easy, and I didn't have staff to like go find me an egg person. And so like I had another egg producer, but like when they'd come up short, we'd purchase from us. Now I'm trying to not purchase from us so that if we ever get audited, the IRS is like, well, you're just made a nonprofit so you could sell your product. We can still some.
Little sketch, yeah.
But I'm trying to create more separation.
Right, exactly. Robert asked a very good question. You guys ship out the calendars from the wrap-up live stream. After the 24-hour live stream, we gave ourselves a few days, and we had a wrap party, which was exclusive for Patreon supporters. We gave away a whole bunch of calendars during that, and no, we have not sent out any emails yet to get addresses. We need to do that. Thank you for reminding me, Robert. We'll get that done.
I thought they were supposed to email us.
Well, either way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. They're out there somewhere. Carrie's got a list of winners. So we just need to email them and make sure that we've got their information. So, yeah. So I appreciate you talking about EPP, but that's not all that you're doing out here on the ranch, because we also have all the gardens and everything now. Is it still about 60% of what we're raising in the gardens goes to EPP?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. So what's the 40% obviously goes into the farm store.
Yeah.
But you guys have been planting, well, you started planting clear back in, what, April?
March. Yeah. I mean, like, I start seedlings and stuff in the grow room, like, in, I don't know, February. But we plant in the high tunnel in March. So Tuesday, we'll wrap up our spring season. So average last frost is, like, today. And we're, like, essentially done with our first basket season.
I should have saved that video. I got one of those 4 years ago today things, and it was a blizzard 4 years ago today out here on the ranch. So
yeah, so we're just wrapping up our basket season. So yeah, the spring high tunnel, like, we're in kind of like, I'm trying to transition it into summer stuff. Like, oh, this is done. Let's get it out. Put in. I'm waiting on sweet potato slips to get here so I can put those in. Like, I put in more lettuce and arugula, like, second planting of everything. Our second planting of spinach is going to be harvested this week. Second round of radishes is going to be harvested. Like, I'm on my second round of stuff already.
that's crazy.
So, and then potatoes and onions are in.
Asparagus.
Asparagus has been harvesting. Strawberries are weeded. We already have taken some herbs out. Rhubarb's about ready to harvest. Peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers are in the summer high tunnel. And then I was hoping to get to it today, but did a bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to put in, like, all of the beets and carrots and turnips and kohlrabi, and all of that stuff is going to go in tomorrow.
Fun.
So.
Let's switch gears just a little bit. Ethel has not had her foal yet. And Russ just said it. She's been pregnant for like 2 years. This is, like, if she doesn't have it this month, like, this is it, right? I mean,
she's pregnant. I think she's
pregnant.
pregnant.
So here's something, and William might be able to answer this question, or maybe another horse person, but can a horse or a donkey start lactating for no reason? Have we willed her to start lactating? Because she is lactating.
No, we can't will her to lactate.
I'm just wondering. I'm just throwing it out there. Has 253,000 people wishing that she would?
Could you hear me roll my eyes? I answered this question for you the other day. I don't believe
that you
that's
didn't answer
possible.
it in front of all these people.
I don't think that that's possible. Todd, we're only going to have 2 videos a week. Sorry.
Todd's very insistent that we need 3. No.
Beets for beets or beets for greens, both. No, the tunnels are not heated. Yeah, see, she's preggo.
Okay. Maybe Zach rolled his eyes at me too and said, "I told you this before."
I know that we all really, really want her to have it, and, like, what I've seen happen with Ethel is it seems like we make some progress and then she just stops and she just hangs out, right?
Right.
And then, but I think the next time,
the next bump,
the next change is gonna be a foal.
It's gonna be like feet.
Yeah.
Oh well. So actually, the video coming out tomorrow is going to be about number 29. Calf number 29 was born just a couple days ago. That one belongs to number 8. So we're up to 29. We're still waiting for 4 cows and 2 heifers to have their calves. And trust me, we're waiting. It's just like with Ethel. It's just like, come on, let's get this. In fact, I was talking to Jeff about it today. I was like, let's just get this over with and move on to the next thing. But it does kind of seem to drag out, especially here at the end with calving. So
Zach says his mini mare is starting to fill her udder. She's due in July. Yeah. They can fill a long time, like a good month before they foal.
I think if we ever get her pregnant again, we should just get her ultrasounded right away so we can get a due date. Of course, no, they vary. So so that doesn't really help us at all. I was thinking like a cow where it's 283 days, but they go from 11 to 14 months depending on barometric pressure or something, or how they feel that day.
Maybe we need to, like, clean her stall again and, like, take her out for some, like, green grass and, like, give her, like, a little tiny bit of grain.
I've been giving her a little bit of grain here and there.
But maybe she needs to go for a little walk. You haven't been putting her in the goat pen.
We should.
The vet has checked her, and she's just said, "Oh, it's hard to tell with donkeys."
That's pretty much what she said. And the the vet was here for Banks vaccination, which you guys saw during the 30 and 30. But I had her look at Ethel, and her method of checking for pregnancy was she stood behind her, wrapped her arms around her, and went like, yeah, she's pretty big. It's like, okay.
Well,
yeah.
and then she felt her udder, and she said she didn't feel any like mammary development. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, she's lactating. So
I don't know.
And it seems like that's what I'm telling. Like we have like big progression, and then we stop.
So
they didn't ultrasound her, no.
No, they didn't do an ultrasound. I wish they would have, but I think what we're going to have to do is probably just hook her up to Jeff and let her follow Jeff around all day long. She can just walk it, they can walk each other around. Might give her some castor oil, really like grease her up. Get things moving.
If Ethel gets pregnant again, please don't tell us, okay?
Please don't tell us.
Why do donkeys seem sad looking all the time? Because they're sad. They're just sad. They're not horses.
I honestly thought, like, as a kid with Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore, like that was like a dramatization. That is how donkeys are. Like, you don't see donkeys don't look like what's his face from Shrek. Well, Donkey.
No, they don't get excited.
What was his name? Eddie Murphy. Like they don't get all excited and jump around. Like she's very much just like.
And they're not super affectionate either. Like I thought she would be more like the goats. I don't know why, but
like sit in your lap and jump on your head and stuff.
No, not like she's too big for that. But like the goats really want affection
all the time.
And Ethel doesn't care. She wants food.
She wants. Maybe we give her spicy food. Daniel said spicy food sometimes works, so maybe we try that.
She needs a walk.
Maybe we bring in a boy donkey to kind of see if he can get things going.
Don't do that to her.
No, don't do that to her. Soon enough, I think we will.
If Ethel gets pregnant again, just needs to be a surprise. Okay, well, in 16 months.
If we're still on YouTube in 16 months.
Donkeys talk with your ear position. Yeah, like a lot like mares do. Like.
Yeah, she's pretty, very much. That's her expression. You can tell how annoyed she is, or what she wants, or where she does. I had to laugh yesterday. I went to put her in, and Jeff said he has a heck of a time getting her to come in. And I just go out and yell at her. And I'm like, Ethel, time for bed. And she'll come trotting right up and go in her stall and hang out. So do the emus. You can yell at them and tell them to go to bed. And they come in and do their thing. So still got the screenshot of, Jeff bottle feeding the baby cows. Did you ever see that? Did you see that on the live stream when he was standing between them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if anybody ever actually sent that to me or not.
Donkeys really need donkey friends. Well, she could literally make herself a friend anytime.
Next time she wants somebody to talk to.
Yeah, and we had her with Leonard, and then we thought she was getting closer to foaling, and he's kind of a jerk. He's not a jerk, he's just young, and he has more enthusiasm than she does, because she's like 11, and just given up on life. But Leonard's, how old's Leonard?
Like 2?
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that. So he's just a lot more enthusiastic as a donkey can be. But yeah, we just thought she was getting close to foaling, so we pulled him out. Well, that was like, in December.
Yeah, like a year ago.
What do you feed the emus? A rat-type food, because they're part of the rat-type family, and so it's a special food we get from Chewy, actually.
Yeah, they put you on the automatic mailing thing.
Yeah, it's like chicken food, but like they need a lot more minerals, and their diets have to be, because they got those noodle necks and those big long legs. They can actually, if they have like a mineral deficiency, they can have wry neck, where like they can't lift up that neck and they just lay there. And then when they're young and developing and growing and stuff, like they can get spoiled leg and slip tendons and stuff like that. So
we actually had a scare with Jenny a while ago remember when she wouldn't get up in the barn, and Erin called me and said, you need to come in here and look at Jenny. And she was just laying there and would not get up. And it took some she was just being stubborn is what she was being, but it did feel like she just couldn't.
I know, I was like real worried about her. But like, I think it was actually just like she's so comfortable around us. Like I was like standing on top of her, like, come on, let's get up. Like I was trying to like pick her up, and like she's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm just tired.
So,
I just want to sit here.
And like when they're like, so they're not fully mature yet. They're not until they're almost 2, but like when they're young, like that's when you have most of your problems, but they can still have any of those mineral deficiencies at any point. So some people mix like rabbit food and dog food, and like the food from Chewy is more expensive, but I feel it's worth it because it's all like
you know what you're getting.
And it's what they need.
Right.
Like it's very specifically what they need. And then like ours don't really like greens. Like most people's emus like kale and stuff. And like
we also have horses that don't like carrots.
Yeah, like ours just don't really care about like greens. And like they'll go peck around and like eat bugs and stuff. And like soon they're gonna have some pasture. So
yeah. From Kale Jedlickahow. Wait a minute. How many cows do you have? So total cattle on the ranch, right about 100 at this point. So not all of them are part of our breeding herd. We have cows in the feedlot. We have cows that are waiting to go in the feedlot. We've got heifers. We've got them all over the place. From Prepper 101, how long do you try to bottle feed, and how do you get the calves off the bottle? So normally, if you ask, like probably about 90 days, you can start weaning them off the bottle. Even at 60 days, you can kind of start to wean them off the bottle. Usually, we'll start them on some sort of sweet feed or something like that, so they'll want to get in and nose around it. You can actually take the powdered milk and spread it on their feed too, so it smells like the powdered milk. And eventually, they'll just kind of make that transition. They'll get hungry, and they'll eat.
They're eating a calf starter. Or creep.
Yeah, it's like creep. It's calf starter.
Yeah, and then some grain and stuff too now.
Yeah. So they are eating that. We actually keep ours on the bottle throughout the summer, at least like 1 bottle a day, and that's because of the tour. We have a tour every single morning. They come through. They get a chance to feed the calf the bottle. So
usually about August or so we cut it off.
Yeah, we start cutting it back. So
milk replacer is expensive.
Very expensive.
They could give them their grain ration.
They could hold their hand out and let them eat it out of their hand or something. We'd figure that out. But
I took that stuff over that you gave me today, and they didn't care about it. And Lincoln was trying to feed it, and I tried to feed. And they had just had bottles, so they were not super hungry, you know.
So one thing you have to be careful of, especially in the corral in the barn, is that when you take them out in the morning, you have to close their corral door because Ethel and the emus know there's food in there.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it locked, they'll get that door open, that gate, and they'll go in there and just clean them out. So I think we've had that happen a couple times.
Yeah, like when Brutus was like 4 days old. Like we have learned just to give it like real early. Like just get some sort of calf starter, creep, something. Like go to your feed store and get something and put it in the corral from the beginning. Yeah. Right? From like 4 days old, they can have sweet feed. Be careful with sweet feed that early. But
yeah, I mean, we barely. So like we have the little pellets, and then we'll put like very minimal sweet feed on top.
Yeah, and like, but we start with just the pellets to start out with.
Right.
And they don't like that as much, but we start exposure therapy like real early, and then like it's little as much as like even just from like shoving it. Like Carrie one day was like shoving it in because they were bawling in the middle of the day, and like because you'll take away their afternoon bottle, their midday bottle, like that's the first one to go, and then so they bawl for that midday bottle. And so Carrie one day was like shoving it, and sometimes you have to do that, like open their mouth, shove some food in there, and
what I'll do is I'll actually put it in my palm and then let them suck on your fingers and just let it roll down your hand into their mouths, which kind of works. So
yeah, and start doing that, and then like they eat it, and they're still getting 2 bottles a day.
Yeah, they're getting 2 bottles a day right now. Jared is just my code name. If you tried giving Bambi a bottle, do you think she'd remember and drink it? I doubt it, but that would be an interesting experiment.
I feel like that wouldn't be good for her digestive system.
Probably not. We put water in it. A couple questions up here. I thought I missed some. Maybe I didn't. Jeff Lake, when are you going to start your own ranch? Huh. And do the goats like the goats actually haven't been on, this is from Val, do the goats like the tower that you built? The goats actually haven't been in there yet. The calves have been in there. They played with it. It's now in our
They obviously
petting
haven't
zoo.
like been on the top.
No, but they scratch themselves on it and, kind of lay in it and kind of be a bum. But
we need to, they'll go over this week. We'll take them over on Wednesday when Farm Store opens. I'm going to do a little bit more cleanup in there. Oh, we have a special guest.
We do have a special guest. You. Come on in here, buddy. Oh, we thought we'd bring Salt up.
Whoa!
Jeez, we almost had a somersault. This is Salt. Salt is our newest goat.
Grace was like, we can call her Saltine Cracker today.
Saltine Cracker.
Or Salt and Vinegar or some. I don't know. She had some nickname for her.
This is her first visit here on the live stream.
Your little horns are coming in.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Little pokey ones. You forget they're there, and then they smack you in the face with them. Did you just poop on me?
Is she peeing?
Or something.
Did you get warm?
No. Okay. You want to just chill out here for a second? There you go. All right.
She's a lot more friendly than she was when we got her.
She is. She's getting there. Well, I just missed like 500 questions. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
When is Beckart Fence coming to the ranch, and what project is Keith going to... Now, we can't tell you what the project is, but Keith will be here on the ranch in June.
A couple weeks.
Yep. And we have a big project, actually, that we're going to be tackling. So it should be a lot of fun. We have to start cutting posts and getting ready for that. I'm sure Jeff just rolled his eyes somewhere. And
he's right over there.
lots of work to be done. So Keith will be here, along with Van will be here as well. How old do you start breeding your first time cows? 1 year old?
They're a little older.
A little older, but yeah, right about there.
Eddie is a nice name for Ethel's baby. Well, hopefully she has a girl. I mean, I guess I could still name Eddie. I don't know what I'll name. We'll see what color the baby is.
Does that make a difference?
Well, I gotta get to know the baby and see what it looks like.
True.
Hi.
You can do goat yoga with Salt. We've done goat yoga on the ranch. I haven't, but we've had
Goat Pilates.
goat Pilates, yeah. When do you plan to expand the goat yard? Is that on the list? The goat pen?
Probably not.
No? Okay. Cow number 4. Actually not doing horrible. I did catch him standing in the stock tank the other day. That was not nice of him. Terry asked, what's the new video schedule? So right now we're putting out videos on Monday and on Thursday, and live streams will take place here. Is it the first Sunday?
We talked about changing our live stream schedule.
We did, but we didn't.
TBD.
We'll figure that out. But right now it's the third Thursday for sure, because we're doing that today. So,
Good night, Margaret.
Have
Thanks
a good night. Let's see. All right. Well, everybody's saying good night. So, she's pretty mellow.
Yeah, she's gotten much better. I still have a hard time catching her sometimes.
Yeah, she usually doesn't want to come in the house. They're still living in our yard, and they come and go to the garage at night. So,
how is Petunia? Petunia's naughty.
if you ever watch the goat cam, and you look really close now, you're going to see that the fence is a lot sturdier than it was probably 2 weeks ago, and that's because Petunia keeps on pushing out the chicken wire, and either getting into that area that's next to them, which is the chicken run, because there's chicken food in there. Or now she figured out she can just go out the other side and escape altogether, and then everybody makes a run for it, and then we all come running to try to.
Yeah, we had a couple rough days. We had I looked out the front window of our house, and the goats were making a beeline for the garage. For the petting zoo, actually, I think is where they were going for the grass. And then Petunia was out that day. And then I looked out one morning, and one of the emus was out. Yep. That's always super scary.
We've had pigs out.
The pigs got out like that same day, right? Pigs got out the same day? Yeah, same day. And then, and Petunia kept just jailbreaking everybody out. Fancy got out like 3 times in one day and got locked out.
Yeah.
Jack got his horn stuck in the feeder one night.
Yeah. That was funny because somebody commented, so you can chat on the webcams, and what did somebody say? Jeff's in there working on the feeder late at night or something like that. What a great guy or something like that. And it was actually Jack was stuck in the feeder, so you didn't get to see that part of it apparently. The
No, it was
feeder's
too far away, and it was dark.
Oh yeah, you had to bring the gator over for headlights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Jack tried to come. That's not the first time either that Jack has gotten his head stuck in some place and tried to unalive himself. So.
Yeah.
We did not film the emus because it's scary when they get out. I just don't know how they're gonna, like, they're calm. They're not like wild animals, but it's still like, you know, a dinosaur.
Well, and
loose.
it takes some thinking to get them to move. They're bigger than you are, right? So you have to, you know, you don't herd them like cows.
Well, no.
So you got to kind of figure out how you're going to do this, and
You need to record the breakouts. No, it's more like all hands on deck. Everybody fix the problem, and like so we all like. I looked up. So in the morning I can see the sunrise, and it wasn't like super early, but like you could just see like the silhouette of the emu, and I was like, oh, like panicked, and then we all like go running. And then like Jenny was still in the barn because that's like. Jeff you were already working on it, weren't you, Jeff? Did you know that Forrest was out, or not till I called you? Not till I called. We have radios that we all use, and so everybody then goes, and then Carrie and I were in the house, but then you guys all went to Forrest,
right?
And then I went to, somebody always got to figure out like where'd they get out and fix the gate, right? Because like we've put animals back, and then they just right back out the other way. So they came out, and Jenny was still in the barn, and. She was just like, what are you doing? like closed the door and she got mad. Yeah, not like it's having the emus out is like Petunia's fine. She ain't moving that fast.
No, but it is funny when her tail is just constantly going, and she's very excited when she gets out. She's just very happy about it.
Do you have a wasp or hornet nest around the pasture cam? No.
I don't think so. Let's take a look. Is there anything flying around it?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything, but it's hazy. So don't you smoke bees? And when you put smoke on them, they go back into their house.
Canada's smoking the bees.
Canada's smoking all
Jeff,
the bees.
stick your head out that window. There's no screen. Be careful.
Yeah, don't fall out. Any new animals planned for the ranch? That's from Sherry.
Yes, there'll be 3 coming in June.
3 new animals coming in June. Yeah.
Jeff, you can stick your head out.
You can see it from here. The goat. Jeff.
The goat cam is down.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't fix that right now. So.
Yeah. No, all the cameras are offline.
Oh.
No, just the goat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Kale asked what's so special about Bambi. Bambi was a bottle calf from the very beginning. Her mom passed away not long after having her, and she kind of became our oldest daughter's pet cow. She helped feed her a little bit when she was little, and since then she's kind of become almost like a mascot for the channel. She's super friendly. She comes and hangs out with us. She's just about the sweetest cow you could ever imagine. So that's. You're not bringing Bambi upstairs? We can have her sit right between us.
I don't think they can walk upstairs. I don't think their knees work to walk upstairs.
Yeah, is it upstairs or downstairs? No, they can walk upstairs.
They just can't go down.
I don't think they can go downstairs. Yeah.
There's something about the way their knees work that
There's
they can't go up or down. The chat room is crashing. Well, apparently all your webcam stuff is messed up.
Oh. Where do you see the chat room is crashing?
Scroll down.
Uh-oh. Chat room is crashing. Well, we're still streaming perfectly. So I don't know what's going on.
I think the webcam chat room.
Oh, that one. Okay. Who knows? I have no idea. We need another fly trap update. I'm going to say 87. I'm not counting them. But the,
There's
honestly,
a few.
Have you looked at the fly trap in the pig pen? I haven't either. I hope it's catching something.
No, not a pet tortoise. This chat room.
Tortoise.
I don't know, William.
It looks fine to me. I don't know. Maybe William's losing.
I think it's William. Yeah, see, it's William. Everyone tell him that it's his fault.
Henry's been asking when the tours start. I think our plan is
next week.
Next week. Yeah, we'll get them up and rolling. So that'll keep us busy every morning for a little bit.
Lynn at WMA half-steading instead of homesteading. My buffalo walked up and down stairs at Pet Star Stage in LA. Oh, interesting.
See, I don't know.
I thought that they can't. Maybe it's horses.
Have you ever heard that, Jeff? That they can't go up or down or something? Yeah, I've heard it before.
Maybe it's horses.
Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't
it is
know.
just horses. From John Paul Henry, wow, $125 super chat. Please give this to Jeff as Carrie as a thank you for the contribution to the 24-hour live stream. Look at that, Jeff. You just made $75.
No.
Nope.
Well, 125 divided by 2 is not 75.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then YouTube takes
YouTube
30%
takes a chunk
of that, and then we got to pay taxes on it. So you get $17.
Jeff,
But we'll give him that.
You get a pack of gum and a pat on the back. All right.
We really appreciate that, and we will. We'll give. I'll do some math, because YouTube does take 30% of super chats.
They do.
Yeah.
That they do.
But thank you very much. That's
John
very
Paul
generous.
Henry sent us gift cards for Taco John's
Oh,
one
yeah,
time.
yeah.
We ate on those like a long
Yeah,
time
we
last
did, and
summer.
we there was a lot of Taco John's gift cards. We frequently shared the Taco John's wealth.
Yes.
With everyone.
So I'm pretty sure Jeff had a few 6-pack and a pounds out of that. Yeah.
62.50. Is that with the 30% out? You gotta go 30% too.
Yeah.
It's $17. I bet the math about comes to that. No.
Probably. A 6-pack of Mountain Dew. Might be. That might actually be close. Tag the flies. Dave Martin, tag the flies like you do the cows.
How are you gonna tag the flies?
I don't need a little tiny tagging gun. And if you tag them with a fly tag, they just die. So you're better off to tag them with a stick pin or a 22 shell or something. I don't know.
30%. That's nuts. Yeah, it is.
Do you have any blonde cow daughters? No, I don't think
Horses
so.
can bend their knees and go downstairs. Oh, maybe it's a rumor I saw on the internet. Oh, okay. Cows can do it too.
Wives' tale.
I might be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give Jeff my truck payment. Same.
I want to give Jeff my truck.
Land payment. You want our land payment?
I've told him how much that is. He about choked on his Mountain Dew. Did you throw away the snacks you didn't like during the 24-hour live stream? Actually, I think they're still downstairs on the bar. It's kind of like open. You know, whoever wants to take them can take them, but I don't think anybody's been digging
Oh,
into
Manny ate some of the Kit Kats when they were here.
Did he?
Yeah.
Some of the Chinese ones?
Yeah. They're from Japan.
Are you moving the jackalope over for Jared?
Yeah, he's not in frame.
Now he's like halfway in frame.
I'll get his face in. I got a goat.
And it's got horns. Little tiny ones.
Can a horse really choose not to birth their foal until circumstances are ideal? I don't know about horses, but donkeys can.
Donkeys, yeah, they just wait until you're not on the internet, apparently. And then they do it like crazy.
$43.75 before Uncle Sam.
See?
Buy you lots of 6-packs and a pound. I don't have it on me right now, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Go in the farm store.
So you go $43.75. Write a receipt.
Write a receipt. Jeff gets a meal at a drive-thru. Jeff, what's your favorite drive-thru?
Well,
Dairy Queen.
if
Dairy
you're
Queen.
gonna ask him questions, you might as well put them on camera.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
but
look, you can move the taxes out of the way. Why are those over there?
I don't know.
Seems like not the appropriate place for those. We have a file for those.
It's understandable to purchase your products online than to give money.
Yeah, I mean, people can do what they want.
Yeah, it doesn't bother us at all. Some people just
Some people like,
Like
super
super
chat,
chats,
and that's
yeah.
fine. We still obviously benefit from that. So
definitely. But if you do want to order something from our website, you are more than welcome. It's our WyomingLife.com. So I don't think anything's printed.
it must be past all best. Yeah, she's been super chill.
Yeah,
Maybe she's traumatized. I don't know.
she might be. She's not even yelling for pepper, which kind of surprises me. She's chewing on something. What is she eating?
Her cud. They eat cud, don't they?
I imagine they do. She's chewing gum.
Cud. How many orders did you get on the 24-hour live stream? A lot.
Yeah, I think we had well over 100. I know that.
What that whole weekend we ended up close to 400.
Is that what it was? Oh my gosh. Does the printer have paper?
It does, yes. No one's ordered. It's my fault because I was like, what if no one orders?
You jinxed it.
And then no one ordered.
Jeff, turn the printer on. I think those were already on the printer.
Yeah, they were. This is
Oh yeah, and that's my cow-calf sheet.
We're good.
Yeah, we are actually heavy with heifers right now. We've got one more heifer than we do bulls.
I know everyone's always like so curious about it and stuff, but like it always ends up being like
50-50. It's
Yeah.
weird how that works, but. Not done, kiddo?
she's tired.
She's just gonna sit here and be cool.
Pepper would not.
No, Pepper would be jumping up here and over there, and can I stand on this? When will the latest be back from Sturgis? That's from Melissa. When is it due back?
This week.
This week. We'll let you guys know. Make sure, if you would like, you can follow. You can actually sign up for our newsletter on our website, and that way you know when we get new stuff back in stock. We'll send out an email to everybody.
Yeah, and Patreon. We usually let Patreon know first too, and then Patreon, and then newsletter, and but beef should be back this week. When we be getting pigs back from freezer camp, they are already back and sold. Like there's not. I mean, like bacon's already out. If you didn't subscribe to the newsletter, you're not gonna poop or pee, are you? Yeah, we do keep their horns. She's getting hers. Do you want to leave before you make a mess?
Extreme
I think that's
close-up.
probably a good idea.
Close up. Look at the camera.
She's like,
Look at the
no,
camera.
I'm not an paid actor, she says.
Okay, fine. She has no union card. There you go, Jeff. Thank you. He's got gloves on and everything. Look at him. He's like a pro.
I don't want poop on me.
Said he doesn't want poop on it. So, is there a point in the garden where, like, I know that you're rotational planting, right? So there's constantly
Succession planting.
succession planting. There's constantly plants coming out and plants going in. And is there certain, they're not breeds, but certain types of plants that you're doing that mostly with, like the succession thing?
Yeah, like certain stuff is, tomatoes have a longer date to maturity.
Gotcha.
So like radishes and lettuce and spinach and yeah. And then like because I have the spring high tunnel and then like it'll have some like it has cabbage in it. Well, there'll be summertime cabbage and stuff too. So yeah, but like we do one planting of tomatoes, one planting of potatoes. Like cucumbers, we have high tunnel cucumbers, we have field cucumbers. So I don't know. Does that explain it?
Basically, it explains to me that you just keep planting all summer long
Till about August.
until August, and then
Yeah.
things start to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We're thinking about raising pigs. We need to reinforce the ground below the fence. Would we need to reinforce the ground below the fence to keep them from escaping? We don't really have them rooting underneath fences too bad.
When they're little,
Yeah.
they will. Once they get about like 60 pounds, like a lot of that kind of gets better, don't you think?
Right.
But if you get like wiener pigs that are like 20 pounds,
They're gonna
which is like
sneak out
the
everywhere.
typical like wiener pig weight, like we just got some 50 pounders, which like it's so much easier, don't you think, fencing wise for a 50 pounder?
Yeah. Still, we did learn today that 50 pounders can sneak out through the arrow quip. They
Yeah.
can get up and in between the bars, but a little bit bigger, and they wouldn't be able to do that. So
Yeah, about 60 pounds and they quit.
yeah.
And if you keep them fed and they have shade and they have a mud hole, like if you keep any animal happy,
They'll stay.
yeah.
Unless they're emus, because they see an open gate and they're just like, hey, let's go see what's over here.
Well, they're curious.
I think they're too smart for their own good. maybe just a little bit. Jared with $13 super chat. Have you ever considered adding spices, seasonings to your repertoire to go with your protein products? Can we do that?
Not within our commercial kitchen.
No.
In the farm store, we have some seasonings.
There are seasonings in the farm store. What kind of seasonings?
Red pepper flakes and celery salt.
Oh, yeah, the dehydrator.
Yeah.
Yep. USB Phillips. When do you start planting the high tunnel?
In March. In the March for spring crops, and then around like 1st of May for summer crops. So like our tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers are in before I do outside stuff. So even though they're like more cold sensitive, because of the high tunnel, they're protected. So.
Gotcha. And this is from John Paul Henry once again. Do you guys prefer determinate or indeterminate?
I do a combination of both.
What, for people that don't know, what is the difference?
Indeterminate is continuous growth that grows all season, blooms all season, will set fruit all season, and will ripen tomatoes like gradually. Like oldest fruits on the bottom, and it just keeps growing. Determinates grow a big bush, set their blossoms, set fruit, and it all ripens at the same time.
And then that plant is done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
From Hauser, the recipe for the beef sticks is great, like the moisture level that you have chosen. How much input did you have in the recipe for the beef sticks?
I mean, it's mostly Sturgis and stuff. Like, we just tweak stuff. Like, we'll be like, we want more of this flavor, or like more of this component. But then, like, moisture level, like, I like tell them, like, I want it as wet as possible. Like, it's more like we enjoy it more. And then, like, I've said this before, like with jerky and stuff, it's all about like ounces, right? Like we're, best case scenario, get 100 pounds of jerky off of that animal. Whereas if we were to grind that animal, we'd get like 450 pounds of ground beef. So obviously because of dehydration, like you lose a ton of water, and that's what makes it beef jerky. But we want it to be as wet as possible. And then like that benefits us because we get more packages. The wetter it is, because it's packaged by the ounce, and so water is heavy compared to dry meat.
Right. And
it's just a better product. If the seals pop and start, like once you open it, it will mold faster because of the water content, but it's still shelf stable. It's still a safe product, obviously. But I like it when it's wetter, don't you?
Yeah. I'm not so like the peppered beef jerky, which actually doesn't really have any moisture to it. It's just peppered.
I think the newer stuff does, or like, I think this batch does.
Does it? Because like the old stuff, it was just dry and kind of. It was peppery. I mean, if you like peppered beef jerky, but it just wasn't. It wasn't moist.
Well, and we've gone through it with Sturgis and stuff, right? Like this is their best batch, and like we still had a couple boxes of stuff from last year, but like everything that I've tried from the new batch has been just really, really well. So.
Yeah.
I really like it. And like they did a really good job this time. They seem to have worked out some of their jerky kinks that they had.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Laura's here. Laura was at our Airbnb not too long ago from Idaho, or from Coeur d'Alene in Idaho. Had asparagus from the farm store. It was awesome. Are we done with asparagus now, or does that keep going?
It's slowing down, but we've got another week or so, maybe 2 weeks of harvest.
Now you've got, what, 4 years into that asparagus?
4 or 5, something like
Crazy
that.
how long it takes to get asparagus. Like $75 a pound, that's what I'm saying. Free Taco Bell courtesy of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay. Very cool. The thing going on about food now. Any new projects added to the wall? That's from Terry B. We don't have any major projects happening this summer. Obviously, last year redoing the RV park was a big project that took a lot of money, and we decided we didn't want to do a big giant project this year. But we do have some stuff on the project list that kind of like repurposing of things. That we've got those, I don't know what they called, IBC totes or whatever, those liquid totes, those 1-ton liquid totes. We've got a few of those. We've got some projects planned with those, including like a pig feeder and possibly a pig water that'll make life a little bit easier for us and hopefully for other people as well that have to deal with, feeding a number of pigs to finish out.
We have to do some work on the pig pen because we actually have 2 batches now.
Yeah.
So we got to repurpose the pig pen a bit. The big project for this year is to buy land and make a land payment. Like that's the obviously like cash flowing a land payment, and like you know, we've had Carrie for a year, but like any small business that like adds an employee, like will tell you like that first it's tough. Like there was a point that like in October that I was like, oh my God, I don't know if we can do this. Like it's kind of like one of those things like go backwards to go forward kind of a thing, like cash flow wise and stuff. And so yeah, just we're doing a land payment. That's our big input.
Yeah, well, if anybody caught Thursday's video, which was sponsored by FBN, they actually were able to help us out in buying a few hundred acres from Erin's mom, getting us our start on this side of the road and getting our stuff together, you know, trying to figure out how we're going to do this. Now we're going to move forward on the ranch. Huge. I mean, I talked about it in the video. Like, Erin, once we signed papers, Erin kind of like breathed a sigh of relief, and my stress level went through the roof. And I'm sure that yours probably is now too. That we have a payment coming up due.
No, I've been being a responsible adult, and it's almost all in the bank and ready to go.
There you go. But yeah,
actually, this week I'll put the rest of it in the savings account for the July payment. So
Sweet.
Look at us doing it. We're doing the things.
It's bad to miss your first payment. I can only imagine. So
you know what's funny is like they sold our loan, which is totally typical and standard. And
they got us the loan. What does that mean when they sold our loan? So they got us the loan.
Yeah. So we don't make the payment to FBN.
Right.
They sold it to another bank. We knew that when we closed. Knew who the bank was. I've received zero paperwork. And the payment's due in like 40
Stop
days.
telling people that. They're going to send us paperwork.
Well, we're going to have to pay it regardless.
I got lost in the mail. I don't know what happened. Never got
I
it.
feel like I'm going to have to call TJ and be like,
I imagine they're going to send us like a payment book or something.
You would think we'd have it by now.
You would think, but...
So with agriculture loans, like you don't usually pay monthly. That was an option. We could have paid monthly. We chose semi-annual payments. A lot of people do annual. And if you think about it, right, if you're a traditional cow-calf operation, or, you know, you sell all your corn at one time of the year, like, you know, we have Gilbert, my mom, had an influx of money at one time of the year.
Right.
And so you time your payment around that. Our situation is a little different just because our cash flow situation is different. So, yeah, we have two very large payments every year.
So. Yeah. Sherry asked how the hay's looking.
Mike is adulting. I'm the one that does the finances. Mike's been very supportive when I'm like, I'm transferring this much money. I'm transferring, you know, like we've been adjusting, but it's not, like it's substantial enough that it's not just like, oh, hey, payment's due next week.
Can't do that.
No.
Hay fields look decent right now. We're seeing the grass is obviously coming up, growing. It's green. We've got moisture in the ground right now. We're going to need more rain before, you know, too long. So can't count those chickens before they hatch. But
no,
right now it looks decent.
Somebody asked, I think, during 24-hour live stream, or one of these live streams, like, if FBN sold your loan off to another bank, it should be null and void. That's not how it works. Everybody sells loans. That's what happens. Anyhow, if somebody said, like, when will you know if you're going to have hay? When the bales are made.
Yeah, when they pop out the back of the baler, there's a bale. Honest, and that's not exaggerating, because we've been baling, hit by a hailstorm, and we're done haying. I mean, it happens that fast, 10 minutes, and it can be completely over with. So it's very, very, very fluid, I guess I should say. Jared asked if we're still feeding hay. Here and there, obviously, animals in the corrals, they need hay. A team, B team, the scrubs, they're still getting hay. Most of the cows out in the breeding herd, they are just kind of
there's a
eating
pile
grass
of
as much
hay
as they
like
can.
you can see on the webcam, and like they're not eating it.
Yeah, in fact, right there in the middle, I know you can't see my cursor, but right above the windsock, there is a pile of hay there, and they came and ate some of it and dug around in a little bit, but yeah. So
Matt asked if anybody does payment books still. Yeah, we had a loan that had payment books not that long ago.
we did? Oh, cool.
See, he doesn't pay the bills.
Have you put a measurement stick for the hay yet this year? No, not yet, but I probably should put it on the list.
Well, you don't really have to put a stick out there. You
Well,
just go
last year
measure
I put a yardstick in the ground and we took pictures of it as it grew.
Well, it's like this tall, guys. Like it's not.
It's this tall here. I mean, in the hay yard. Or
Well,
in the hay
if
field,
it's an alfalfa plant.
it's probably about like this.
Yeah, like we're zone 4. Like average last frost date is today. Like it just finally hit 70 degrees. Like this weekend.
Right.
Right. Like we probably had like our first 70-degree day. So. Yeah, we're behind. Like, we're different.
We're different. We're definitely different.
Yeah, like I saw, I think it was Hefner Farms, and they were getting ready to do their first cutting. Our grass just came up.
If we cut it now, we would have 0 bales.
Yeah.
So.
Looks like you have the thick Alberta smoke. Yeah, it's horrible. It was bad last week, and then it got kind of better.
Got a little better.
It's all over the leach field. Oh, shocking, Zach. But then today, like, it wasn't even this bad this morning, and then it blew in this afternoon.
We have had to mow our lawn twice already.
Yes,
so.
we have, yeah. But the pasture grass is not that tall.
No, not that tall. Somebody asked earlier, I think I saw it go by, they asked how the deal with the governor went. Went great. Erin was on stage with the governor, and they talked about...
I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I talked about it in a video, but this last week, Erin was on a panel for... our former governor wrote a book, and Erin was on the panel talking about the book and the economics of all Wyoming.
Just
basically.
Diversity. It's just like Wyoming needs to diversify its economy because we're super mineral dependent. Our tax structure is, and it was actually I learned some things being on the panel. They used to tax agriculture based upon animal units, even down to like your turkeys. I was like,
yeah,
we would be having Thanksgiving if I had to pay taxes on those dang turkeys.
Yeah, no doubt.
So. Yeah, it was interesting. Was super excited and honored to be asked to be on that panel. And yeah, there's some great people in Wyoming that are working to diversify our economy and not make one industry pay all of it. But it is a tough road to hoe.
It is. It is. All right, guys, anybody have any questions, feel free to throw them up. We'll answer a few questions before we duck on out of here. We did get one order during the live stream here, so we're going to give somebody a shout out. Thank you very much.
I can tell who it is from my phone.
Erin can tell from her phone. So,
Sherrado, I need to call you. I saw that you called and I didn't answer because I was planting stuff. Parrish Clatwitter. Clatwitter? Clatwitter?
I don't... Oh, there it is. Clawwitter? Parrish Clawwitter. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the order. There. He ordered some beef sticks, some garlic pepper, and a barbecue.
Sweet. Awesome.
We'll probably send those to you Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I feel bad for you guys up in Canada. If it's this bad down here, it's
I saw some pictures.
Up in Alberta,
yeah.
It's got to be horrible.
Yeah. Did you guys not get snow? What happened?
It went crazy. Usually we don't have fires that we're not getting smoke this early.
No,
in the
it's
season.
yeah. I was like when it came in last week, like I didn't even know, and then we got like an air quality alert like on our weather apps, and it was like, why do we don't usually have smoke until like August, and then like all of the Rocky Mountain region, like we all had great snowpack this year. Like California had great snowpack, Wyoming has great snowpack. So I was super surprised. Were you super surprised?
I was. In fact, Grace came up to me today and she said, my iPad keeps on telling me the air is bad for me. And I said, yes, it's the smoke, babe. Well, is it poisonous? And I said, no, you're fine. You know, you'll be okay. So, obviously, even our 9-year-old is aware of the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, you can't not be aware if you go outside.
That's very true.
Do you get a lot of clover in the pasture fields or more weeds mixed in? I heard it's very good. The cows love it. Clover is a biennial plant, and it so when you do have clover, you'll have it for 2 years. So the first year, is it the first year you'll have more? Or is it the second
year?
So the second year. So if we have clover this year, and it takes certain conditions for it to emerge. So it'll sit dormant in the soil unless it has the right conditions. And it's mostly dependent upon moisture. So with really good spring moisture and temperatures and day length and all that, the magic will happen and the clover will come. I don't know what all those things are. I have been told that people have seen clover coming in their fields, and it can be very like regional and stuff too, right? Like you need
a lot of moisture.
Yeah, like we could have clover and then 20 miles away they could have no clover. So we do get clover years for sure. We had one, oh gosh, what year was it? 19 or 20?
Something like that.
20. No, 19. It was before
19,
the drought.
Yeah.
Well, it was still a drought in 19, but before like the really bad drought of 20 and 21, 22, I don't know. They all run together. But we had really good clover that year. We got hailed out that year. We haven't had a lot of clover since then, but I've heard that it's going to be a clover year. We will see. But in the pastures, we don't have a lot of clover.
Not a lot, no. The Jim's field, the field back there, is mostly the one that has a lot of.
And the L field.
Yes.
And the B field, that one had a ton of clover in it last time too.
Okay, so we've got clover all over the place. We'll see what happens. No, yeah, because the B field got hailed out.
Yeah, and it was tall. Like I was out
it
there that afternoon taking pictures, and it was like chest, armpit high, and then it was.
And it was smashed like 10 minutes later.
Yeah. Jam Ranch Angus. I have clover in all the pastures this year, and it's really big this year.
Clover is tricky, too, because you got to cut it before it starts to get really woody, or else the cows won't eat it. So you got to be on it.
And it's actually somewhat poisonous, right? The stems are.
Yeah. The cows are smart enough. They won't eat it usually, but you do have to cut it a little bit early. So.
Yeah. So if we have a clover year, it'll...
Oh, and it'll help the bees, too, the honey.
Yeah, it'll be really good for bees. Like, years that we have tons of clover, like, their production is really good.
Yep.
So, yeah, it changes how we, like, have to cut, because the fields that have clover in them, they have to get cut first.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we have to do it. A few comments about the snake in Thursday's video. If you missed that, at 15:58, I didn't realize it either. I was standing there talking, and a snake went right past my boot, and a cow behind me noticed the snake. She was definitely watching it. But
She was funny watching her watch it.
Yeah, I was.
Wait, she didn't
pretty
like
intent.
freak out.
No, she was fine. She was just. And honestly, I didn't notice it when I edited either. I was just like editing, got through it.
None of your proofreaders noticed it either.
Nobody noticed it. Nobody at all. But somebody did and said, "There's a snake in your boot," and literally was a snake right by my boot. So I think it was a bull snake, though. It wasn't a rattlesnake.
It wasn't rattling.
So, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap things up
for today. When do turtles show up on Turtle Bridge?
When it gets warmer. There's nobody there yet. I'm hoping there's going to be turtles this year. We did have there was one year, and I don't know if we had eagles or hawks or something, and figured out there was turtles there, and there was turtle shells everywhere. And remember, Lincoln and I went over there, and it was like, oh my, it was like.
Did they die out, you think?
I don't know. We're going to find out. We'll see.
My poor fingernails are dirty.
We
also get like frog, toad.
Lots of frogs and lots of toads when it's wet.
Like, and there'll be none, and then all of a sudden we'll be outside at nighttime, and there'll be like a million toads. Mm-hmm. And so it just depends on the moisture. The turtles are kind of that way too. Like we tend to not have them some years.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about turtles. I don't know where they go.
Lincoln likes turtles. We had a turtle in the duck pond last year. That was his pet turtle.
Yeah.
He has a name. I don't remember what it was, though.
I don't think it's there.
Probably not, but he's wondering if it's going to come back. So I may have to catch a turtle and throw it in there for him.
Okay, not a snapping turtle, though.
Not a snapping turtle. I'm not catching a snapping turtle. Thank you very much to our moderators tonight, Lori Habel, Matt Fensel, William Dunn, Jeff Lake, of course, and Bill the Tractor Man, and Zach Hewitt. Thank you guys for moderating for us tonight. We will be back tomorrow. Brand new video on YouTube on the Wyoming Life channel. Be sure you subscribe to Beyond the Ranch so you get notifications when we do have live streams coming up. And of course, subscribe to the Wyoming Life channel as well so that you get notified when new videos are due out Monday and Thursday. Anything to add?
Nope. Beef will be coming back. Join Patreon or newsletter to know first.
Yep, exactly. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next time.